What is going on, ladies and gents? Happy BTL Thursday, episode 435 piece. As always, hold the fry, joined by your two hosts, Krabs and Javon, presented by Bookit Sports. If you guys want to tail our goat whales this year, if you want to tail Javon's, Trent's, the whole squads, go on Bookit, copy the bet. It takes 3 seconds. All right, go check those puppies out. Could not be easier to copy that puppy into Prize Picks. Go check it out on Bookit. All right, you can see the squad's entries. You can see my straight bets on there. All right. Use promo code Javon, Chelly to sign up. Free to use. Could not be easier. WUIUX. Go check out Bookit. Go copy our Goat Well entries over there on that Fire app. Okay? W's. We've got Rye36 resubbing a couple minutes ago. Love to see that. Dubs. We had a great the morning after. This morning, Javon talking baseball, talking a Sweet 16 with Mikey. Seems like he's on Illinois with the rest of the squad today. What are your initial thoughts on that game before we dive in?
On Illinois, Iowa State.
Yeah.
I've seen a little too much Illinois for my liking. I'll tell you that.
A lot of Illinois. Mm-hmm. Good. That's a fire-looking hat over there, huh?
Yeah. We got to get the vibes going for, the team that's playing the Moose and Nats in a couple hours.
Careful what you wish for, brother. There might be some runs. I don't know from which team, but there's going to be runs in that game.
Yeah.
Could be from the 2019 champs. Could be from your Reds. I don't know. We will find out. All right. Plenty of baseball to talk about today, Chad. I know you guys are fucking stoked. All right. How happy are you guys that in T-minus what? 3 hours? 2 hours? If this Orioles game doesn't get rained out. T-minus 2 hours. We've got baseball. Regular season. All fucking day. Every team playing. We're fucking lit up. Chat, are you guys ready? You guys got plays you like? Are you ready for our plays? How juiced up are you that we've got MLB opening day? We're fucking back. You guys know we killed this shit all summer. All right, everybody's taking naps. Everybody's snoozing, relaxing in the summer and the off season. This is when we lock in. This is when we do our best work. All right, you guys know where to find the baseball winners, always for free, every day, consistent. Going to be on BTL. All right, nothing's changing. I'm excited to absolutely dominate another year on Prize Picks for MLB. Javon, I'm excited for some straight bets. All right. God, man, we are lit up. And we've got the Sweet 16 tonight.
Yeah.
An all-time betting day today. One of the best of the year.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. This is like one of the most loaded slates we've had really all calendar year. Probably will be the one we have the most calendar year.
Krabs, how do I get a free entry matched for Prize Picks? I thought I saw that somewhere. So if you tailed Trent's Goat Whale last week, you got a free 6-piece in your accounts. Should pop up right when you're in there. All right. Krabs, how do I get the free entry? I just told you, my man. Sorry, I think you just double sent that. W. Kyron, I need help with my last-minute Goat Whale. Which are the best two? Jordan Devers, Geloff, and CJ stolen bases. Well, you can go and take out Judge.
What if he's fading?
Javon? He might be fading him. He might be fading him. What are your thoughts? I mean, I like out of those two, I would go probably Jordan and CJ Abrams stolen bases.
Yeah, I would probably agree with that. Depends on how much you want to ride with Trent. Because you got the Jordan and Devers in there.
Oh, shit. Okay. Judge get to hit a nuke today. Yeah, why am I seeing that everywhere? Why am I seeing Judge has already hit a home run all over my feet? Weird. All right. How about Devion Smith from Utah? 5th triple-double of the season. Yeah, they were unbelievable last night. They were unbelievable. Let's do some of these L recaps. Let's get them over with because we still have not hit a fucking squad rides. It has been over a week. This is embarrassing. This is disgusting. This is the worst stretch we've had ever. Straight up. The worst stretch we've had of all time in the squad rides. We had some off days when we were away. That did not help. And we have not hit a squad ride in over a week. Literally since now. Okay.
Literally been since 1982. So we need baseball back now. Now we're not confined to the NBA on a short game slate, so maybe it's the difference.
That could change everything, chat. That could literally change everything.
Slept on too that squad ride votes also went 4-1 yesterday.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. We did pick the one loser. It is what it is. There's a lot of green on this sharp report. That's okay. Chat, we are bouncing back today with plenty more options, plenty more winners for you guys to select as the squad rides. All right. Maybe we have some afternoon sweats for some MLB, right after Surge today. I don't know. I don't know officially the game plan, but I'd be more than down to hop on if Trent's down to run it and sweat out some of these 4 p.m. baseball games, whatever. But we've got a loaded day. Plenty of games, Sweet 16, MLB opening day. How can you guys not, be fucking stoked and want to just do a backflip right now? I know I do. I shouldn't be sitting in this chair right now. I should be running around my fucking room. I'm absolutely juiced. Absolutely juiced. Okay. 4-1 yesterday. Guys, can we start picking some of my plays for the squad rides, please? Thank you.
Yeah, crowd plays get disrespected. High key.
And they hit. They don't get picked and they hit.
Yeah.
All free. Seton Hall, Clippers, ML parlay free. Bulls plus 2.5. Excuse me. Gosh. Free. Gabe Matson. That was a shit bet. Curry, Pasternak, less than. That was free. Suck it.
Somehow. Some way. That was crazy.
Javon, 3-2. We take that.
Yeah. Shout out the Curry brothers at the bottom. But Clippers and Nets. Don't even get me started on the Nets game. But the Clippers are rat shit. Sens. That was top 5 wager of year. They destroyed the Sabres. But yeah, 3-2. Not terrible.
That was a great plus chicken bet, Javon. Great plus chicken bets. You said it perfectly right. Are both those favorites winning? Probably not. Probably not. As we get an Espresso Bets resub. If you don't click the Baltimore button today, what are you even doing? Espresso Bets is saying. What are you even doing? I'm sure Goots could get behind that.
Sure he could.
I'm sure Goots could get behind that. Ah, yes, SJ. Krabs, didn't you say you'd be giving money to someone if you lost yesterday? Or am I making that up? W reminder. Yes. Thank God, because I actually did forget about that. Let's run that. Goots, are you able to just pick somebody out from chat who drops the words, I don't know, Megalodon
Cookie
in chat? And they have to spell it right. Megalodon.
No, Megalodon, right.
Megalodon. Megalodon. Spam that in chat. Goots is going to pick someone out. He's going to give away $100. Spam Megalodon. Feel free to throw some little sharks or whale emojis in there. Okay.
We're going to do what Trent does. He closes his eyes and picks one, okay?
And if he doesn't spell it right, I see a lot of misspellings here. MEGA. You guys are spelling it wrong. No respect. Nope.
Wrong.
Run it again. Run it again. MEGA.
GG. Is that wrong?
Yeah, these people don't know how to spell Megalodon. No respect. They don't deserve the giveaways. Megalodon. Figure it out, chat.
Still wrong.
Kyron, good try. Close. No cigar. There
we go.
Got it.
Oh, Yankee.
You've got it. Cookie. Well, at least you spelled it right. Yankee Will. Hate your name, but I appreciate you hopping in here, my man. W's. I owe you $100. All right. Leave that shit up, though. Hold on. I'm going to take a screenshot so I know how to hit him up. Yankee Will, hit me up on Twitter. DM me. Say this is Yankee Will. I got you on $100. I got you on $100. W Will. Krabs, I can text you. Okay, sure. If you could text me, though, that's I don't know how you have my number, but okay, sure. Text me up, tweet me up, whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do.
Yeah,
we got Sad Casino Bill resubbing for 3 months. Love to see that. Let's turn those frowns upside down, Sad Casino Bill. We've got plenty of winners for today. Plenty of winners. All right. Good. Let's get this shit sharp report off my screen. Let's go to King of the Board. Sure. 2-0.
Hard.
3 bets on Earth.
Yeah.
We move. You had Ottawa ML. You're back, right? That was actually a huge plus chicken hit for you because now you are right within reach. As soon as I drop one, you're right back in that puppy. Yeah. All right? You're lingering. You're hanging around. All right? Literally Charlie Lindgren.
Lingered in that. Huge.
Lingered in that. Luke Littler, 180s today. Are we taking that, Goots? Are you in the lab for darts today? Let me know.
Not necessarily.
Let me
know.
No. Happy birthday, Goots, Krabs, and Javon. Sure.
Thank you. Thanks, Lembon.
Nats lineup is gross. I need to get some eyes on that. I need to get some eyes on that puppy. Sent to Twitter DM. Great work, Yankee Will. Great work. Okay. Let's go over the game of the night first, please. Book it with Primer. I'm assuming you're talking about your Rangers, brother. I'm assuming you're talking about your Rangers. We will get to it. All right. We don't have any games starting up early. I think those early games are the ones that got canceled. The first one starting up isn't for another 2 hours, so we have plenty of time. Plenty of time. All right. W's, we did King of the Board. We did the squad ride, the sharp reports. Love to see it. Winker 3rd, Gallo 5th. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Not ideal. Not ideal. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Winker batting 3rd, that's what we expected. So we'll see how it plays out. That does not feel like a 3-hitter to me. When you don't have a 3-hitter, what do?
Yeah, I
Put
mean,
a
who
guy
you
like
gonna put
Justin Winker
there?
in that puppy, All right, let's move to the MLB season entry so you guys can tail these puppies. We'll go over them one more time. You have a couple more hours to lock in these muffs. All right, this is the MLB season Megalodon from BTL. I'm sure this one's tracked on Pickett. If you want to go onto Javon's accounts and tail that puppy in 3 seconds, it could not be easier. All right, I love this 6-piece. Anthony Volpe, more than half a multi-home run game. Already seen it. W's. Jack Flaherty is going to be a menace this year. 200 strikeouts. Vladdy revenge tour. After fucking over all the sharps last year, he goes off. What else we got, Goots? Oh, cool graphic.
Yeah,
Abrams.
Daniel.
That was a W. Daniel graphic. CJ Abrams, more than steals. He's already got one today. We're going to talk about it. Seiya Suzuki, more than home runs. Fat girls pitch in the spaces. Elite sell job. Got a tail. And Matt Olson, less than 42.5 home runs from not in the major mats in the spaces the other day. Was too nasty not to put it in there. Had to be done.
Had to
be done. All right. Dubs, let's take a peep at my entry and your entry. I believe this is Javon's. Damn, this one's fresh. Why don't you go ahead and go over this one?
Yeah, centerpiece. Zach Allen, of course, more than, I guess, at the time, 3.44 ERA, up to 3.47. Doesn't matter. It's going over all of them. Santander made the last-second move in there. Over home runs. Going to be huge for the O's. De La Cruz, stolen bases. Ellie's literally going to swipe 2 today. Bobby Witt, I feel like that's the community ride. And kind of the same with Tariq Skubal. Both those guys over 169.5 hits and Ks. So I think I'm so excited about sweating that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, I tailed it.
There you go.
I'll drop the link for people to share in the chat. Let me just find it real quick. Where is she? There she blows. Javon's 5-piece. I'm already in for 500 bones. All right. Here's the link in the chat. Bada bing, bada boom. And there it is. What's your favorite square in this entry?
I mean, it's Gallon. Far and beyond. Been looking at that one since the lines first all dropped, and obviously seeing it get bumped a couple times makes me feel pretty good too. That was the same thing that happened with Mel.
It has to.
Yeah.
Goots, has Adley ever hit a multi-home run game? I feel like he has, but I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe not. Goots is also in full Orioles uniform right now, as he should be. Get up here, Goots.
Literally looks like he's on the bench right now.
Goots, you might be. Are you getting some innings?
I am. Yes.
Back into this game, if needed.
I'm actually starting tomorrow because our rotation's a little banged up, so they called in the reinforcements.
Sure, you look ready to roll, Goots. What's your prediction for the O's game today?
-1.5. Mega Max Whale.
Sure. Good.
Yep. He's never had a multi-homer game. No.
Okay.
No. But
maybe the future MVP pulls that off this season.
Very, very, very possible. Very possible.
We've got Billion Goldfish resubbing for 18 months. Love to see that. That's a lot of goldfish. A billion? Billion goldfish?
Crazy numbers.
That's a fuck ton of goldfish. Holy
this
smokes.
Might be air.
Goots over 1.5. Live strikeouts? Sure.
Yeah.
That could be air.
Sure. I just added a slider to my rotation, so
Ooh.
That might be the difference right there.
It ain't no
to add a little Patrick Corbin cutter.
Yeah, no, I'm not adding that bullshit. No, absolutely.
All right. W's, chats. Like I said earlier, if you want to tail this entry, I put the link right in the chat. I'll drop it again. Boom. There it goes. See you. All right. Link is in the chat. There it is. Boom. All right. Part of my interruption, but just wanted to inform you all it's the Toronto Maple Leafs today. Wow, some hockey talk. All right. We'll keep that in the back pocket. Good. Wait, why is Nightbot chirping him? That's a geek.
Just stops the all caps.
All caps. It doesn't like that? Okay.
When it's too long.
Nightbot's on your ass, bro.
Nightbot's going crazy.
Nightbot ain't playing any games on opening day. Tyler O'Neill has 4 straight opening day home runs. So we can
That's why I've been wondering why everybody was taking Tyler O'Neill to go yard today. That's got to be why.
Yeah, can we fade that somehow? We might have to.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to fade that, but definitely ain't taking them.
All right. W's. Let's get my 5-piece up here. All right, I'll go over this one. I did post this last night, guys, but if you have not tailed yet, I will drop the link right now as I go over it. We start out with CJ Abrams steals. Keeping it simple. I thought about taking his home runs. I thought about taking, that multi-home run game. I thought about maybe taking the hits. I didn't love it. I'm just keeping it simple. I'm going with the steals, trusting my gut here. If he can get on base as much as he did last season in the second half, this will be no problem. All he's got to do is get like 7 steals a month. That's easy. All right, done. Pete Alonso, legacy season, contract year. He's about to go off. Taking his more than 108.5 RBIs. That's what the squad liked in the spaces. I pivoted to that from the home runs because I'm with you guys. I think the Mets offense, that lineup will be a little bit better than people think. A lot of high-scoring games. I like that offense. Pete Alonso cleaning it up at the plate and bringing in some runners home. Aaron Judge fade has to be done. Self-explanatory. Got bumped down from 44.5 to 41.5. All right. What else we got? Salvi Perez, I believe. Yeah. Less than 23.5 home runs. Sure. This is I guess you could call it the Miggy square from last year, although it's definitely way higher and Salvi's got way more pop in his bat at this point, but I'm fading him. Hate to do it, but I'm fading him. I did take Bobby Witt in Javon's entry, though, so I am back in a Royal there. Cancels out. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Alexis Diaz, Javon's guy, is wearing the fucking hat. Less than 32.5 saves. He's looked shaky in the spring. You know, they used his arm, put a lot of miles on that arm last year. We'll see how that happens. We've seen a lot of these pitchers, these closers, get overextended one season. The next year, they don't come in the same guy. Maybe Alexis Diaz, already peaked and had his best season last year when he had a 37-piece out of nowhere. He had that crazy streak going on where he had 1 million saves in a row. He still only got 37 saves, right? He almost has to play perfect once again to hit this. I'm willing to fade. I don't think he does it. And the Reds, they'll be good. They won't be great. I don't think they'll be much better than they were last year. Not expecting Diaz to have a crazy season.
Yeah,
all right?
I'm with you.
If you guys want to tail this entry, I will put the link in here one more time. All right? But like I said earlier, go over to Pickett. You can copy these puppies right from Pickett. All right? It takes 3 seconds. You can go to Trent's account. You can go to Lauren's account, Chelly's account, Mikey's account, everybody's. It's all tracked on that puppy. And copy it right from there. It takes 3 seconds. All right? Go on Pickett. Go copy these puppies. Plenty of ways to tell these entries. You've got about, I don't know, a couple hours. Most of these start up at 4 p.m.
Yeah, 3 hours.
All right, guys. W's, Angels or O's today. We could talk about it. Since that's the first game coming up. Everyone is absolutely stoked for it. As we get a nice Sky IOG sub bang. Let's ride, fellas. Sure. W Sky IOG. Love to see that. Orioles and Angels. Now, the ML has come down about 15 cents towards the Angels. Pretty weird against Corbin Burns. I'd say that ML looks a little bit short anyways. That total was relatively low. Maybe Sandoval pitches pretty well. Maybe we get an under in this game. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, that total on that short ML definitely scares me. I'm not looking to fade. I'm not taking the Moosehead Angels. All right, it's opening day. I know this one means more for the city of Baltimore, new owner, right? A lot of expectations this season. This one is going to be big. All right, place is going to be sold out, going nuts. A lot of expectations, though, and a lot of pressure for the Orioles today, I will say. I'm not betting them. I'll be rooting for them. Okay? I do like this under, though. Thoughts on that?
I don't have any problem with the under. I mean, this is like the worst weather game that's actually going to happen out of today. It's supposed to be cold and rainy and the wind's blowing in. So, even if we don't get the best performance, it's not a great hitting environment for either of these teams, but I like Corbin Burns just generally in the season. And that Angels lineup is god awful. And then we have the Orioles too, who are really good against lefties, but I don't really know what to expect from Patrick Sandoval. And yes, W Pete Banks. Let's
go, Pete. I feel like Pete probably didn't close his eyes last night. I feel like he was just laying in bed with his eyes just completely wide open, like the squid.
He's been glued to Fangraphs surely for the past.
He's been dialed.
48 hours.
He's been dialed, folks. Yep, correct. W's. Make sure you guys check out Pete's place. All right. More importantly, though, check out mine. Okay. Gosh, man, literally Christmas. Pete sent me some of his plays last night. It seemed like we had the same idea. I don't know if that's good or bad. We're gonna get to it. All right. We're gonna get to it. More importantly, check out mine. You like that one, Pete? Oh, man. All right. 5U Whale from the Just Baseball boys. Appreciate it. Okay, if you just got subbed out from the Just Baseball fans, drop a W in chat. All right, let the people know. That's a W. If you had to play something in this Angels and Orioles game, what are you taking, Javon?
Probably the under, but I don't love it enough to do it.
Okay. That's fair. Let's see the splits on this puppy. I haven't checked the splits in this game yet. Looks like Orioles cannot be getting more bets on the ML or the spread, and the line has moved 15 cents towards the Angels. That should be a good look. The under is not public. The over is public.
I mean, I know it's the first game, but that's definitely the thing I've seen the most today is Orioles run line by a wide margin. So
yep.
See how that works out.
Fade it. I don't even
want
to fade
I mean, I'm not itching to fade it. It's just like, I mean, in this type of game, I'm definitely getting a potential Angels lose by 1 type vibe.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. But the amount of times like the Angels in the spot like this would be short last year against a team like the O's or even against the O's and not coming through every time.
Yeah.
Every time. Angels don't respect coins. Orioles do. Orioles don't care what's sharp or what's not. Until I see something different, I'm done fading the O's. At least on opening day against the Moose Shit Angels. I'm not doing it.
Yeah. I was surprised to see, I think Gunnar Henderson's leading off today, which I didn't really expect with Sandoval on the mound. So that's interesting. I don't know if I really love that for their lineup, but I guess they trust him if they're putting him there opening day. So we'll see how that works out.
What you're saying is his less than RBIs was a free square, and I should have taken that.
It could be. Potentially.
If he's hitting leadoff against lefties, it probably is.
Yeah. I mean, he's hitting leadoff instead of down in the lineup or not being in the lineup at all. To me, it's not like it hurts the RBIs as much.
I had a vision when I woke up this morning, Javon.
Oh boy.
I saw Tony Taters hit a nuke to right field onto Utah Street in Camden Yards when I woke up. Just a flash vision.
Right next to Boogs?
Right next to Boogs.
Shit.
I mean, I'd be so bricked.
I mean, Gigs, I used to literally like explode out of joy when my parents would tell me we were going to Biggs.
Yep.
At Camden Yards.
Yep.
That place is legendary.
Pickles
You're telling
Pub.
me he's hitting one off the net?
Yeah,
out there in Biggs?
Yeah, they're gonna put a plaque where it lands on the concrete like they do when there's a home run hit over there of this Tater on opening day.
Well, shit. Does he have a demon up on Prospects?
That's a really good question.
I don't know if he does.
Really?
Does he?
He does not. I don't even think.
Wow.
I just see Volpe for an Anthony.
I mean, I really.
Yeah, no Santan the man. Hate to see that.
Truth be told, I don't know. I'm not taking him against the lefty.
You're just letting him hang. Love to see.
It's gonna have to be against the bullpen, I would think.
I understand that, Siobhan, but I can't control my visions. They just.
I know. I'm not blaming you for the vision. I'm not blaming you at all. I'd be down. Yeah. I want you to come back here tomorrow and say my nuts are hanging because he just hit one 450.
450.
Gallo nuke Austin seeing. I don't know, Austin.
Yeah, that should hit.
I don't know, brother. I don't know if I'm backing Joey Gallo today. I know Trent did. Trent took his less than half a walk, right?
That's not backing him.
Yeah, it's something.
It's kind of
I don't know what it is. To be
honest, kind of a fade.
It's something. Yeah, I guess it is a fade. All right.
Yeah.
Jays, Reds over, Indians, Dead Larry Bird likes. Yeah, I mean, we're going to talk about some of these plays we like. We're going to talk about. Want to do the sharp report first? Go through that?
Sure.
Yeah?
You do that.
I think they're all baseball plays, but that ain't no problem. And then we'll go over the Sweet 16 afterwards.
I mean, we got – I was going to say, this is
sure.
kind of just for the vibes of the day, but we'll go over all the other stuff today that's not baseball too.
Chat, feast your eyes. First drop report of the year with MLB on it. All right, take notes, take a screenshot, take a picture. It'll last longer. We will post this on the Bookit BTL Twitter account shortly after the show. Okay, so if you don't want to write it down, if you don't want to lock in these plays, no stress, no worries. Okay, but here's 10 winners for you on MLB opening day. And looks like we have the same idea in that first game. How excited were you when you woke up, Javon, and you saw that total at 9.5 instead of 8.5?
I was very excited because if it stuck, I was honestly going to be kind of nervous. But it's the pretty simple angle in this game. Like Josiah Gray is going to give up a couple turkeys. Shout out, cough, Will Benson, Nick Martini. But I really don't trust Frankie Montas either. And this is his first, real in-season action that he's going to see for a while. And if he doesn't have his really sharp command, it's going to be a problem. So like the Nats are going to be patient. They're going to put the ball in play a lot. So he's probably going to get up his fair share too. I assume it's kind of you're on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, I mean, they got that sketchy Josiah Gray, more than 2.5 run square up. I feel like that's going to soar more than. I feel like he gets crushed today personally. Hate to see it. Seen way too much Josiah Gray love today. And I'm with you. I think the Nats' scrappy offense, that scrappy lineup could do something as well, against the Reds and against that bullpen too. So I'm not really stressed. I think Frankie Montas will be a sketch ball up there. We know Josiah Gray is going to be a sketch ball. I've heard way too many people say, oh, Josiah Gray on the roads, he's great, right? It's just he stinks at home. Well, when the lights are bright for Josiah Gray and he's pitching in an important game, if he's on TV, if he's going against the Dodgers, if it's an important game, I don't know, he melts. The more important a game is, the more he folds. And him pitching on opening day for the first time in his career with all those nerves in the Great American Small Park, that sounds like a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. So as much as I love Josiah Gray, unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be his day. I really don't. I think he gets rocked. I think the Reds probably find a way to win this game as well. I wouldn't be surprised if there's some sort of late comeback from the Nats, though. Maybe Diaz blows a safe. I don't know. But there's going to be plenty of runs in this contest. That's why it's the highest total of the day and moving up.
Yeah, a lot of Nats PODs, too. Nobody really wants to
A lot of Nats PODs.
They don't want to lay minus 150 with the Reds, who are playing with half their lineup because a bunch of them are injured right now. So like that, I was honestly coming into today kind of wanting to bet on the Nats and buy that a little bit, but I don't know if I can do it. The price seems kind of crazy. But this is also one of, I think, the 3 games where, I mean, it doesn't work completely in conjunction with Josiah Gray because he's a lot worse against lefties, but the wind is blowing out pretty decently. So like it's a little cooler. So not the greatest Great American weather, but the wind's blowing out. I think it's set to left. So I mean, Christian Encarnacion Strand also hello. And there's probably going to be runs in this game. There's going to be a lot of hard contact. And if Josiah Gray, I know you see that walk square on the board too. I think we talked about that a little bit. If he's doing that, that's not good. Because, there's a couple of guys, the Reds are super aggressive on the base pass, and definitely are going to be without a Matt McClain in the lineup, of course.
Yep.
Will Benson, Ellie De La Cruz, get the running shoes ready because that's going to happen. Josiah Gray also sucks at holding all runners. He's like one of the worst stolen base holding pitchers in the MLB. So the Reds are going to be off.
We'll talk about some of those steel squares in that game. We will. Let me take you down to Tampa. Can I?
Sure.
Let's talk about your team. I like them on the ML today. They're steamed up. It is what it is. I'm not fearing the juice. I'm embracing it like the gem would say. I like the Rays. I like Eflin against Berrios. Berrios, Toronto, they got some respect in this opening line. There's been a big change since then. All right, the line has gotten steamed up all the way up to minus 140 for Tampa Bay. Those places, love that. The Rays get a big-time win. We've seen how successful this team has been at the beginning of the seasons in years past. I believe last year they started out the season 8-0 or some shit like that. They had the longest win streak in baseball to start out the year. I think that was last season. This team always gets off on the right foot. They're very well run, very well managed. Kevin Cash, a GOAT. Wouldn't be surprised if he wins, Coach of the Year if the Rays can somehow find a way to win that division. I'm all in on your Rays this season, Javon. I bought in fully. I think they win that division. I think the Rays start out with a win, open up their season with a W on the ML, and that's why they're catching all this steam at home. Absolutely in love with Tampa Bay against Toronto, although I do like the Blue Jays this season. I don't like them today in this spot.
Yeah, definitely scarred looking at Jose Barrios because he oftentimes just absolutely owned the Rays. He comes out and even when he's in like his worst stretch that he's been in like for the last couple of years, I guess he was a little better last year, but those just spot starts, he just owns the Rays, looks fantastic. So, I mean, another one where them catching steam against a guy who's pitched really, really well against some interest or lately is pretty interesting. So
yeah,
I'm kind of with you. I like the Rays. They always get disrespected on opening day, especially, and it's a super short line and they always get faded. It's just going to be a gross, low-scoring game that they eke out, I think. Hard
Rock has Rays ML boost. It is a Rays, though. It's Florida.
Hard Rock is a Florida. They get boosted every game. The Rays, Panthers, Lightning, Bucks, Jags all get boosted every single game they play on that book. That's how it works.
If you don't want ads, either sub up for $5. It's super cheap. I know you're throwing more than that on games today. Or go watch on YouTube and subscribe. It takes 3 seconds. Trent actually posted a video this morning about some of his MLB plays he likes today. A little yap morning session on the YouTube. Go check that puppy out. Drop a like on that, will ya? You guys should all be doing that anyways for us if you can. That's why we do this shit all for free. We do it all for Lembong. We do it all for chats. All right. We want to keep doing it all for chat and keep doing it all for free. But you guys got to go over to the YouTube, subscribe, drop a like on Trent's new vids. You can always go over there and rewatch any sort of episode that we're doing, any sort of live stream. They're all banked on the YouTube. You can go back and rewatch whenever. Guys, go over there. Go spam a bunch of likes. Go spam a bunch of plays. Go help out the squad. All right. And go check out Trent's Fit. Okay. Awesome. Tampa Bay ML. I really like it. That's probably my second favorite play, right behind the Nats and Cincy over. Love the board today. What could go wrong? Javon, take me to the next play. Colorado, Arizona over.
Yeah, goes without saying a little bit. Zach Gallen's pitching in this game, and it's not just like me fading him for the sake of fading him, because, I mean, to be honest with you, there's going to be no in between in the start. You guys are either going to be near no-hitter or he's going to give up a couple Turks. But the thing about the Rockies, like, if people remember from last season, the one spot you take the Rockies, because their lineup, even when they're like away from home, obviously not good in the slightest, but the one thing they do is they hit the ball hard. And that's exactly what I'm kind of targeting with this whole Zach Gallen fade this year, because that's where he was super, super fortunate last year. So guys like Nolan Jones, whose like sole existence is to hit the ball hard, hit fastballs hard, especially. Guys like Ryan McMahon, kind of same deal. And those are, you can talk about Ryan McMahon and Charlie Blackmon. Those are guys that have seen Zach Gallen a ton. Think there's a decent pocket for Zach Gallen to give up a lot of runs in this game. So like, even if he's lights out for a couple of innings, the problem is those couple of runs could come in spurts, especially with the Rockies. I don't think they're going to have like a pretty constant flow of offense in this game. It's going to have to be in bursts. That's just how it works when you attack Zach Gallen. So I think they can get that. Plus, I mean, back into the bullpen for the D-backs, it's a lot of guys that I'm excited about, but there still is no Seawald. Ginkel is fantastic, but there's a hole left in the back end of that game. So maybe things get weird. But also on the other side, you got Kyle Freeland going up against the D-backs, which even when you talk about like some of the guys they added in that lineup, I'm interested to see who they put out. But like Randall Grichuk is a beautiful matchup to have. Guys like that against Kyle Freeland, and Kyle Freeland is just horrific against all of these hitters on the D-backs. Ketel Marte owns him. He's like 3 for 8 with like, or 3 and 8 with like a 5.3 ERA, I think, off the top of my head against the D-backs in his career. So like we've seen this matchup a million times, and I don't think it's going to get any better, especially when you get into the back end of that Rockies bullpen too. So I like runs, and usually like with these Rockies games, when they go on the road, at least last year, if there was like a really good pitching matchup on the other side, which Zach Gallen kind of constitutes that, at least on paper, you'd see some 8s. So like I'm pretty interested that it's 8.5 and juice wise starting to tick up a little bit.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you what, the one thing that kind of scared me off this one earlier today was seeing the total drop down, and I want to see what the splits are showing us. Not that it's everything, but I'm curious to see what people are betting on
Is
for the
it
total
8
in
now?
this game. Well, no, but it opened up at 9.
Oh, I mean, that was probably a week ago.
No, it was last night.
I didn't see any 9s on board yesterday. If there was a
saw
9
under 9.
if there was a 9 on the board yesterday that I saw, I would have flipped.
I saw a 9-piece on
Where
Bet Shmem G Shmems yesterday.
That could have just been the outlier then.
Because I almost wanted to bet it. And I was like, oh, this is the highest total tie with Nats. And then I saw this morning it went down to 8.5.
I mean, if
like,
there's even the fact there's a 9 on the board in that game, or was a 9 on the board, I think that's enough.
Yeah, Freeland stinks though.
JK wrong game. He does stink,
stinks.
But Zach Gallen at home, coming off of a Cy Young contender year against the Rockies, you can't score away from Coors. 9 is crazy. Even if it was there for like the briefest second, that's crazy.
Do you think Rockies ML or Rockies plus 1.5 are worth any looks? Or are you just keeping it simple, going with the over? You don't know which pitchers are going to shit the bed more?
Yeah, I mean, I hate the matchup for Freeland and like the Rockies bullpen too. It's like if I wouldn't be shocked, especially because this is like the early slate. We have all the games. Then you have you go to the night slate and there's one fat favorite on the board. I think maybe the fattest favorite of the day. That's a very popular late piece. So like I wouldn't be shocked if the Rockies come out and win this game, but I just don't trust the back end of their bullpen yet. It's opening day, so I got to see it.
Yeah, until they get Daniel Bear back, could not trust that bullpen.
Yeah.
I'm with you. All right, runs in Arizona's. I'm with you. That opening line is high. We're already seeing your guy, Zach Gallen, getting bumped down in his fantasy score. Great vibes. All right, let's just hope the Rockies bats can do enough to send this game over. All right. Breaking, Lint Kid is committed to Crab's favorite team, Miami. Shut the fuck up, Showtime.
No way he did.
Shut the fuck up.
That's crazy. If that's real.
It's got to be real.
That's hilarious.
I don't know what happens in that locker room after that last loss in the ACC tournament, but it wasn't good. You don't see 7 of the best players on the team leave all at once. I haven't seen another team be more affected by the portal than the Hokies yet.
That's crazy.
7 of their best players. Collins, Padula, Poteet even hit the fucking portal. Are you kidding me? We had Lynn Kidd hit the portal. God, there was one other guy too. Everyone.
Tucker DeVries too.
Well, he's on the move to
He went to West Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah, with his pops.
Shit,
man. Something happened. John Camden. Yep, there's the name. Sure. Something happened in that locker room. And everyone said, you know what? Fuck it. We're out of here. And now we've got like 8 roster spots, scholarship spots available. Yeah, I know that kid committed to Maryland. I told you guys that was the lock of the eon last year. Remember? You guys remember when I came on here and bitched about my guy Rodney Rice and how he was 100% going to go to Maryland because the fucking coach who brought him to Tech went to Maryland? Yep, he went to Maryland. And now Maryland is stacked for this upcoming season. They just got the Furman star point guard too. They're stacked. Yeah, we're caked. VT, no longer a basketball school. We move. They stink.
Yeah.
Man. All right, back to biz. Boston, first 5 plus a half. In love with this play. Love Bayo tonight. I'm also on his less than 2.5 earned runs allowed. The total's low for a good reason. They're playing in Seattle. We know those totals are always pretty low. Pitchers Park. And these offenses aren't, anything that I'm really too scared about, at least right this second against Castillo and Bayo, who I'm very high on, both these two guys. Love that they put that Bayo square up. I feel like not a lot of people are going to be taking that less than with how mid and inconsistent he was last season. I'm buying into Bayo this year. And I love seeing the steam on the Red Sox ML from plus 155 to plus 135. That is music to my fucking ears. I do think they win this game. I'm a little bit worried about a fold late down the stretch. I almost took Boston full game plus 1.5, but it's pretty goddamn juicy at minus 145. Instead, I'm going first 5. I'm keeping this bet only to the pitchers to start this game out. I'm using the angles with Brian Bayo up on Prize Picks, the low total, the freaking ML juice. I mean, the ML being plus 135 is hysterical for the Red Sox on the road in Seattle with how bad the Sox team is supposed to be this season. Are you kidding me? They look sharp to me. I think the Red Sox at least are tied after the first 5 innings of this game. Bayo shoves, and, I'm predicting 2-3 or 2-2. Red Sox are winning or Red Sox are tied through the first 5 innings here.
Yeah, I can see that. I do kind of think there's going to be a couple Turks off of Castillo, which kind of was his problem last year. So, I think the very obvious lefties are going to be in play there if we're talking Devers or Tristan Casas. So I could be in. If you get to one of those or both of those, God forbid, early in the game, you could be set.
Sure. Okay. People are talking about Casas legacies. What are your thoughts there?
Yeah, I would not be shocked if he went yard today.
No honors, buying everyone beer. No one does it like Baltimore, man.
Sure.
Glazing.
Where is he at? Is it Mother's?
Glazing's crazy.
Is he at Pickles?
Yeah, he looks like he's inside Pickles.
Looks like he's in Pickles.
Yeah.
Sure.
He should be outside with the people.
It's kind of nasty out there today. It's probably hiding.
But it's packed out there. It's packed out there.
Everyone, nobody's fucking working in Baltimore today. Kidding me?
Nobody.
No. As they shouldn't. All right. Yeah, Pickles Pub, if you guys aren't hip, that place is legendary. Absolutely legendary, right next to Camden Yards.
Sorry for the
gosh, man, I got to get out there. That place is lit up today.
Yep.
Lit up.
They're fired up.
Javon, is that a Kansas City Royals ML? I see it over there on that card. Tell me
it's a bias play. It's a bias play. I'm not going to lie. I just kind of want to bet the Royals today. That's like the one you can discount that on the card here. Obviously, it's not like there's no angle to it because it's Cole Reagans, and we saw how pitiful that the Twins lineup was against lefties last season, especially lefties who generate a lot of whiffs. And Cole Reagans is going to do exactly that. This is another one of those games where I do find a little bit of concern with Pablo Lopez because, this is one of the 3 games, just like the Reds, where the wind is blowing out. So, like Pablo Lopez, when he's at his worst days, he's a big fly ball pitcher, which is really weird because if you look at like the full sample size of a season, he likes to keep the ball on the ground and generate whiffs. But when he has those really, really bad games, the ball's going in the air. So, like a couple of these guys, like if we talk about the Royals, like newer additions to the lineup, and I'm saying newer because I'm going to add Nelson Velasquez into this, they match up a lot better than like the super injured Royals lineup that we saw last year. Throw Velasquez in there. Obviously, Vinny P is back, which is a huge add. You put Adam Frazier in there too, which if we're talking about the bottom of that lineup generating a lot of contact, he's a guy who's pretty important. So I think the offense is going to be pretty scrappy. I would not be surprised. Another seemingly like court POD is the first 5 under in this game. I wouldn't be surprised if that's busted through some early runs, but I think the Royals are going to be scrappy enough to win this game. Don't even say that. Don't even say it. No. No. Can't have that today.
All right, fine.
Oh, he's not in the lineup
Yeah,
anymore.
I want you to win.
Oh, yeah, he's lefty.
I want you
can
to
say it. Yeah, you can say his name. Fuck it, he's not playing.
I'm not saying his name.
He's
He's not in the lineup. Oh, W. Matt Wallner, sure. All right. Well, pinch hit home run, you might be fucked.
Yeah, I mean, if the game is really that close going into the back end of the game, I can't say I trust the Royals anyway. So it is what it is at that point.
I don't know why I just turned into Austin Powers when he saw the mole in that movie. And he was just saying, moly, 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 mole.
Hilarious.
Remember that scene?
Yep.
Unbelievable, dude. This might be the greatest movies of all time. Talk about just underrated movies. Austin Powers. Are you kidding me? How did I miss those? Insane. Yeah, nobody's safe today, Big Rob. Nobody's safe. All right, not even Austin Powers. All right. Guacamole. All right. Well, instead of talking about Austin Powers jokes, let's keep ripping here. We've got some squares to go over. I kind of already touched on mine, but I want to hear your Altuve angle here for his more than a run. A tale as old as time. That's a Javon staple square.
It is a staple square. And it's even more of a staple square going up against the Yankees, partially because he terrorizes them, but he has a lot of pitchers that he's seen, and he's seen very well. So, like, I think that game is probably one of the weirder ones of the day. I know it's Nestor and Framber, guys who, like, the metrics really don't love. So, like, I'm not incredibly shocked to see, like, an 8.5 total. That's kind of moving up, but at the same time, those are two guys who are definitely a little respected as far as their name goes. Like, Altuve's seen Nestor plenty of times. He's seen the back end of the bullpen, if you want to go that far, plenty of times. And obviously he's facing a lefty to where you got a lot of guys behind him who can drive him in. So, like, whenever the square is up, I definitely take a little bit of angst. I think his home run odds are sneakily in that spot where I took him a lot last year too. So I would not be surprised if Altuve, starts the Yankee season off just the way they ended it, absolutely terrorizing him. So I like his matchup today a lot. I think the Astros are going to score some runs today too. Give me him to cross the plate.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the Astros ML today? Because I do too, but it just doesn't feel right.
I kind of do. Right. I kind of do, but not really. It's like it's a tricky game that I don't know if I want to get involved with a side or total there. But yeah, it's a little weird because Framber is one of those guys too where I guess like he's kind of in the Zach Gallen category where like we saw a bunch of numbers that were indicating regression, but he kind of showed it more throughout the season at some points. But I kind of think he's going to bounce back, keep the ball on the ground, not give nearly as many hard hits. But at the same time, like, who knows what to expect from the Yankees lineup or the half of it that's there. Oh, it looks like we got a Zach Eflin bump down too.
Bruh. His pitching outs got bumped down?
Yeah. What do you mean that makes sense?
A whole out.
That makes sense.
It was 16
like that.
I mean, it's not really indicative of like how he's going to pitch. That's not why I'm taking it. I'm taking him more so. First of all, I mean, the obvious element to this is Kevin Cash, who really doesn't like to let his starters go very long. I think when he made the first start last year, he only won 70 pitches in like 5 innings. But the actual angle to it is the Blue Jays don't strike out. And that was last year's Blue Jays. I think they're bottom 5 in strikeout rate against right-handed pitching. Now you add a bunch of guys who also don't strike out. You add Justin Turner, who doesn't strike out. You add Isaiah Connor-Falefa, who doesn't strike out. So, like, I think even though I think Eflin's going to pitch pretty well in this game, I don't think he's going to be able to do it super, super efficiently, through strikeouts and everything of that nature. I think the Blue Jays are going to make him work, maybe draw a couple walks, and he'll kind of skate out of a couple of those innings. But I think this is like a 5 innings, 80 pitches, 1 or 2 runs from Eflin. I don't see Kevin Cash letting him get super extended in this game, partially because they're going to have seen a lot of pitches from him and probably seen them very well. I think the ABs get pretty extended. So I don't think he goes 6 or into the 6th.
Okay. I get it. I know that's how the Rays operate. I know that's how Kevin Cash operates. I know he doesn't leave his guys out there. I know he's weird. still makes me feel uneasy about my Rays ML ticket, seeing that get bumped out. Still does a little bit. All right. What else we got? Were those your two squares?
Yeah, those are my two. You got one left, right?
Yeah, I mean, I already touched on both, but
about
I'm happy to do a little W recap here. Brian Bayo, more than 2.5 earned runs, less than 2.5 earned runs allowed. This goes with that Boston Red Sox first 5 plus a half. I think he shoves. Great sign. The ML's down that much and the total's that low. I like the Red Sox in this spot, and I like Bayo. I think he's a good young arm, looking for a nice little fresh start kind of after an up and down season last year. He gets the ball on opening day. I think he makes the most of it and gets a big-time win outright, but I'm going to go with the Red Sox first 5 plus a half. I like that play a little bit more. It's minus 105. And that perfectly correlates with this less than 2.5 earned runs allowed by Bayo on Prize Picks. So he shoves. I don't think anybody else is going to be taking this less than with me. I know the chart looks like they would be, but those are from games, that don't matter one fucking day. Those are from spring training games.
Spring training.
Who gives a shit? Okay,
I
can't believe they didn't have those up.
Yeah, those charts are irrelevant. But
don't even look at the charts right now. Just look at the guys. All right? Bayo is shoving today.
Yeah, you just gotta hope he's gonna give up. He's probably gonna give up a tank. You just gotta hope that tank is less than 3 runs.
Well, good thing they don't have Eugenio Suarez and some of these guys that hit.
Well, you don't want Eugenio Suarez because you want a lefty against Bayo because that's where he was ass last season. So big country. When he comes up, you better clench.
Could be Cal Raleigh day, is what you're saying.
Better clench when Cal Raleigh comes to the plate today.
The last thing I need is to fucking stress out when my guy Cal Raleigh's up at the dish.
Yeah, you might be stress grabs.
Well, that's my middle name, brother. We'll be all right.
There we go.
All right, Brian Bayo, he's shoving. All right. I think that's the sharp report, guys. Let's go ahead and zoom out here and give you guys a clean look at the whole shebang. 10 plays, 10 winners. All right. We are both on that over in the Nats and Reds game. What could go wrong? I like the Rays. I like the Red Sox early. Javon likes that over in Arizona and the Royals ML. Sure. Trophies ML. Get that damn trophy out. And a couple Prize Pick squares as well.
No way you like the over in the D-backs game too.
Why are you shocked?
That's in my. I didn't even know you were on this, but it's in my parlay.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, you know the bane of my existence is baiting Zach Allen this year.
And Kyle Freeland.
Yeah, I mean, he sucks.
I mean, Freeland's miss, right?
Yeah.
Although Freeland every once in a while for the first month or so is pretty solid, and then
he does
forgets how to pitch. Remember,
he has his spots, and weirdly they come
or so in the beginning.
Yeah, they come in cores a lot of the time, which is weird. Like a lot of the times that people take him or fade him, and it's a free fade in cores. He comes out and he looks like Cy Young.
Ooh.
So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen today?
Stephen A. opening day slip drop. No fucking way.
Oh, yeah, you see it.
We got to get that up here. We got to get eyes on that thing.
You'll like part of it.
It's pretty moose.
Yeah?
Yeah. Definitely
we'll get eyes on
square.
It. We'll pull it up. I got to see what my man's is on. Shohei less than. Shut the fuck up. That is absurd. Aaron Judge more than half a run. All right, well, he's kicked.
And
Nasty Nestor. More than 2.5 earned runs. Well, I could get behind that one. Okay.
Yeah, 2 for 3 in the crab scale.
All right, Stephen A. Came to play today, huh?
Could be short.
Dialed.
He's copying the A team and B team here. I like his style.
He might be dialed.
Okay. He might be fucking dialed. That's if you would have told me I'd be reading off Stephen A. Smith's Prize Pick slip for opening day a year or two ago, I would ask you what you're smoking. But we're here. Okay, Stephen A. dialed into the Prize Pick sports. Can't believe I'm saying that. Love it. And I like the Shohei fades. I wish I had a video and could hear the reasoning behind them because I'm sure it's hilarious and probably the same words that I'd be saying.
You don't got reasoning, man.
Has to be.
He's just pushing buttons.
Cole on the 60-day IL moose. Yep. We knew that was coming. Wouldn't be surprised if he's out till the All-Star break. What's the rush, right? The Yankees are going to be 60-0 at that point. What's the rush to bring him back, right? They're the Yankees.
Yeah. Don't need to bring him back.
Come on. Grow up. They're going to need him. And they're going to need him soon.
So badly.
Right. All right, chat. MLB. Covered plenty of it. All right. I want to go over Sweet 16 plays. I do. And maybe then we go back to some MLB if we have time at the end. But I want to make sure we hit all of our bases here and we could talk about all these Sweet 16 games. Javon, I kind of want to rapid fire and go through these games and just see what you're liking on the spreads, what you're liking on the totals. Try to come up with one play for each of these puppies, and we'll kind of just take turns going back and forth and ripping through these Sweet 16 games for today. We'll start with Clemson and Arizona. Weird game. All right. Clemson, their guards can't guard a parked car, right? Arizona, Caleb Love should have a great matchup. But maybe PJ Hall and Shefflin, do some damage on the inside against Arizona as well. I like the over in this game. I like points. And I'll be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if Clemson hangs around in the first half like they've been doing in these games, and Arizona's crawling back late, pulls out a win, maybe doesn't cover, maybe they win by 5 or something like that. But Arizona, great-looking Fugazi piece, cough, Trent. Arizona, great moneyline parlay piece for those who don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. They win this game. It might be close. It might be sketchy. It might be a comeback. Clemson might win that first half. I like that play on the spread, plus 3.5 first half. But the main play I like in this game is the over. Javon, what do you like in Clemson, Arizona?
I also kind of like points. And that's the only reason I couldn't get to the table with Arizona is because I think PJ Hall is going to be a really, really tough guard for Umar Ballo, and maybe even to the point where last game he got pretty much taken off the floor because Deron Holmes was dominating him, putting him in a lot of tough spots, and they're bringing him up on ball screens, and he couldn't keep up. So if that happens, I would not be shocked against PJ Hall, who's very obviously going to take him out to the 3 a lot, and we'll see kind of how they let Ian Shefflin and Jack Clark kind of roam around in the paint because I think they can match inside a little bit. So I do think it's kind of going to end with Ballo getting taken off the floor in spots, which to get to that point, you're going to have Clemson, in a pretty good offensive flow. And then same thing like you talked about, Clemson's guards. They're forcing a lot of teams to shoot, which worked out for them against New Mexico and Baylor. They're going on under pretty much every screen. You do that against Arizona, you're going to get torched. Then you're going to have to make them guard face up. And really just defend tough from the perimeter. I don't think they're doing that. So I like points too. I lean Arizona, but for pretty much the Ballo Hall matchup reason alone, I don't know if I'm going to get there.
Okay, that's fair. I do think both offenses at times in that game are going to get whatever they want. You're going to see them both just dominating for a couple stretches, going back and forth. Clemson early, Arizona late. They come back and get the ML win, but this game goes over. W's. How about a national championship rematch here, Javon? UConn, San Diego State. Who would have thought we'd have that rematch in the Sweet 16 here? Absolutely fire. UConn catching some serious steam on the spread. I believe they opened up around -9. They're up to -11.5, -12 some places right now. Pretty crazy movement there. UConn getting some respect. Everyone's betting them sharps and squares. Javon, what are your thoughts on the Huskies?
I kind of like the under. It's another I definitely don't want to fade UConn at this point because they just look absolutely unstoppable. But I do think that it's going to be tough for them to get everything they want at the rim against the San Diego State defense. It's not to say Donovan Clingan is not an absolute matchup problem for anybody he goes against, especially because he's going to be seeing a little bit of switching time on Jaden Ledee. San Diego State's probably going to do whatever they can to not let that matchup happen one-on-one in the post. But to even get there to where they're utilizing it, it's going to have to be towards the end of the shot clock. So I think perimeter defense for San Diego State is kind of going to make UConn make tough shots, and not that they can't, but on a consistent little basis, I think you're going to struggle for a little bit. So the opposite matchup on the side of the floor kind of goes without saying. UConn's defenses look fantastic. They're going to make life difficult because they match up really well in pretty much every way against San Diego State, who also just shot the lights out in their last game against Yale. Don't think that's going to happen again. So I think this is a slugfest for all you first half under March Madness merchants. Probably the one that I would go with in the round.
Sure. I think UConn ends up pulling this one out and covering. I like that steam, not going to lie to you. And I do like the under as well. I think San Diego State really struggles to score in this contest against big old Clingan down there in the paint. I just don't see Ledee finding as much success, throwing those bows around against big-ass Clingan down there. Is he going to be able to do it? Probably not. We saw that team struggle in the championship last year when they had Sonogo down there in the paint. It'll be much of the same against big old Clingan. I like UConn spreads. I like the under. I think points will be coming at a premium in this game, especially from the Aztecs.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Let's talk about Bama and UNC. This is going to be a good one, right? You got two great-looking offenses. You got RJ Davis going against Sears for Alabama, who's just been absolutely unconscious. Who has got the edge in this game, Javon? What elite guards has the edge in this contest?
I don't know if there's an elite guard that has the edge in this matchup, per se. The guy that I kind of think, which I don't know if it's going to be scoring necessarily, where he's going to be such a big factor, and he just had a massive game uncharacteristically from 3. So who knows what that's going to be. But I think the biggest like matchup edge could be Harrison Ingram, because we all know Bama's very deficient in the paint, and they're going to throw a lot of bodies at Armando Bacot, obviously. But Harrison Ingram's going to have to be the guy that's super aggressive on the boards. I think he's going to have to facilitate a little bit too, because he's going to get the ball in space and kind of be that matchup problem. And he's going to try and get a lot of these guys for Bama in the post. And when he's in the post and feeling it, he's pretty unstoppable. So like that's the guy that I can't stop looking at in this game. It's definitely a pretty public side in UNC, but I've seen a lot of Bama love too. So I'm really torn on what's really the sharp play or public play there or not. Probably would still lean Bama, but I don't know if I'm going to take it. But I'm definitely going to get invested in something Harrison Ingram there.
Yeah, I like UNC in the spot, actually. Not going to lie to you. And we were talking about this game on the morning after with Mikey before this. And if you guys haven't been tuning into that show, figure it out. It's fire. I go on every Thursday to talk some bets, talk some winners. But we were talking about this game earlier, right? And I was talking about your guy, Harrison Ingram, and I was saying, who the heck is going to be able to cover both him and Bookit on this Bama team? They're great and all. They can score a bunch of points, but you're going to trust Nelson and Pringle to hold down the paint against Bacot and Harrison Ingram. Good luck. I think everyone's predicting, Caleb Love, everyone's predicting Mark Sears and RJ Davis to kind of go off and take over this game, 2 stars, but it's probably going to be UNC's big men down low who are dominating against Alabama. I mean, who the heck is going to be able to cover these guys? I don't see Nelson, putting up any sort of fight against the Tar Heels down low. I'm with you. I like that Harrison Ingram more than 20.5 points and rebounds square on Prize Picks. That's the one that was looking at me funny. I think he goes off. I think UNC wins this game with these, and they even cover. Sure. I also like the under. I think Bama doesn't score as many points as people are predicting. But I do think UNC gets whatever the hell they want offensively. So that's probably what's going to keep me off this under and end up going with UNC. I think they win. They dominate.
Yeah, I can respect that.
Getting serious Michigan vibes from this team at this point.
Really?
Yeah. They look like they just find a way to win every single game. It doesn't matter how. A new guy steps up when need be. Okay. Today it'll be Harrison Ingram.
I'm in.
One final game, chats. All right, we got about 20 minutes still. Plenty of time before the third stream. All right. Illinois and Iowa State. Man, I've seen some Illinois love, and I was not expecting it. I know they're fun. I know they're cool. I know they got Terrence Shannon, but Iowa State, people want to fade? Really? The team that dominated Houston in the fucking conference championship and held them, beat them by 25 points in that game and looked like they were the best defense in college basketball. This is the team that's getting disrespected and people are fading. I want to fade them too. But I'll tell you what, the more people I hear on Illinois, the more people I hear back in Terrence Shannon, the more scared I get. I like the line movement for Illinois. Illinois has played against physical, tough teams all season in the Big Ten. I'm not worried about that. And their team is big as fuck as well. Everyone on that team is huge. They can hang. Not stressed about them getting, out physical by Iowa State. And I do think Terrence Shannon has a pretty good, matchup, at least to get to the rack in this contest. So I like Illinois. I'm a little bit worried by how popular they are, but they still are plus money and they are catching steam. I lean Illinois on the ML. I do think they win at plus 100. Javon, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, my gut tells me Illinois. I'm just in the same boat as you, kind of scared to get involved with this game when the entirety of the world is on an underdog in the first little slate here. But I'll tell you what the difference is with Washington State, who I kind of liked in that game too. I mean, I took them, but it was a little different. So, I'm on Domask under points for the same reason I was on Isaac Jones under points, because he's a guy who really doesn't do much at the perimeter, a little more than Isaac Jones, but he does a little bit on the perimeter, but he really wants to get the ball inside into the rim. And the second that he does that, they're going to send traps. So everything that it comes down to is Illinois shooters making shots. That's going to be the key to the whole game. Sounds simpler than it actually is against this Iowa State defense, but it's going to have to be the stray Coleman Hawkins from 3. It's obviously going to have to be Terrence Shannon. He's probably going to be spotting up a little more in the half court than we've seen in the last, month or so, where he's been super hot. He's going to have to push the ball in transition too against Iowa State, where they're a little vulnerable. My gut tells me they make those shots. It's just a scary situation to fade this Iowa State defense, but if they can get out in transition, it can be the difference. It's also Isaac Jones as a facilitator when he gets the ball compared to Marcus Domask, night and day. Domask has been great when he's been forced into that role. Obviously, just had a triple-double. So if he is able to find those shooters and they're able to get great looks, completely unlocks this game for Illinois.
People in chat are talking about both UNC and Illinois being very public today. I mean, they are, but they're different types of public. UNC is just straight up public. Spread, ML,
Yeah.
everyone's on them. They're public. Illinois is a little bit sharp. I mean, the splits at least are. You got some big bets coming in on Illinois ML. They're definitely
Illinois like Twitter POD public, because like if you look at like the actual numbers, it's not like glaring like it is with UNC.
Public plays have paid at 74% this tournament, chat. I mean, yeah. The public has been absolutely – they've been counting their guap, plain and simple. They have. Let's hope that fucking changes today, boys. We need it. Yep. All right, maybe not in this game, though. Might need Illinois here, folks.
Yeah.
All right? Illinois and UNC are both inevitable. Fuck Vegas. You might be right, brother. You might be right. Sharps are bound to grub. Yep. Got to hold our ground, Hoove. Have to hold our ground. Is it Clemson or Zona? Zona wins that game. Zona's a good ML piece, but I do think Clemson could sneak in there and win that first half, or at least cover that first half, like they've been doing, coming out hot. Yeah. They're a very experienced team. They've got some veterans. Maybe they haven't been, this far in the postseason down the stretch, but we're finally seeing that Clemson squad play like the team they were supposed to be all year when they were supposed to be, one of the front runners in the ACC this season. They didn't show up until, NCAA tournament time. They're here. They've come out hot out of the gates in almost every game, taken a leads and held on for dear life. They'll probably do it again, and then Arizona will be too talented to come back and pull it away from them, in the last 10 minutes. That's how I predict that game going.
They started playing your guy Jaden Bradley a little more too. Last game I saw that, which is that's big because he's probably going to see a little bit of Jack Clark. So that's a little more size and athleticism that can hang with Clemson in the paint briefly. So I don't know. It's going to be weird how those teams match up because I feel like both of them can score at will for times.
Okay. Would love a college basketball squad ride. Opening day baseball feels like half you geysers. Richie, we'll give you guys plenty of options. All right. That is for you all to decide. We'll give you some plays from Beth. All right. Santander 2 home runs and Benson half a total base is my afternoon nuke. Sure. That should hit. Good.
It'd be so bricked if that hits.
That would be nuts. Duke or Houston tomorrow. You guys know where my coins are going to be.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Not going to be on Houston. We'll talk about that tomorrow. All right. Big BTL Friday episode tomorrow. Going over Sweet 16, going over baseball, going over weekend plays. All right. It's got to be Duke. Okay. Bama or UNC. I think UNC wins, Boz. I'll be honest with you. Maybe I'm just absolutely fucked in the head from this tournament and not finding any winners so far. I don't know. But my gut's telling me it's UNC. I don't see them losing. I think Harrison Ingram goes bonkers.
Yeah, I could see that.
Bonkers.
I don't know if I'm going to get to the table on that game, to be honest with you.
Okay. That's all right. Quality over quantity. We are owed a double squad ride, opening day, Sweet 16. Both are smacking. JJ, we can't even hit one squad ride right now, brother.
Maybe if we were hitting a couple in a row, we could do that, but it feels like getting a little too cute.
All right. Chat, we've went over, some MLB. We went over some, Sweet 16 plays for tonight. We can go head over to the NBA and NHL slate. Javon, take us through it if you have any plays. But if not, I want to hear from chat. What are you guys on today? What is your POD? Any sport, don't care what it is. And yes, we can look at some Nerfies, Kels. I'm happy to do that. No promises. But there was one that was looking at me funny earlier. I'm happy to dig it up and see if it's still on the board.
There
was one that was looking at me funny. Not going to lie. Although it is a Yerfie.
Interesting.
It's also gone.
Oh, GG.
It's also gone. It was in I believe it was the Reagans and Lopez Yerfie that I wanted to take because I was confused as to why that was up with how much hype Lopez and Reagans have been getting. But they took it off. I'm assuming the juice on the Nerfie is probably too strong.
Checking now, but yeah.
And they had to remove.
It's only minus 125, so like it should still be up, but it's probably
they took it off.
It's sitting.
I wanted to take that Yerfie. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, figured.
I did. Yeah. Are there any other ones up here, Javon, that are looking at you funny? Are there ones that look like they shouldn't be up there? Are there ones that look like they're too free of a Nerfie? What are we thinking? I mean, that Josiah Gray, Frankie Montes with that high total looks like, the freest Yurfie on the board.
Yeah,
We could take that Nerfy.
They're probably starting with a clean inning before they start giving up Turks. That probably shouldn't be
kind of what that's looking like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is that one up?
Who knows? But that Shane Bieber one is also interesting because that's lowest total of day, most obvious under of the day, which I still kind of like too. I think that game stores under, but would not rule out a stray early run against Alex Wood, maybe.
I'm with you. I like that. What does the Freeland and Gallon one make you feel?
Not much. I mean,
okay.
I think everybody could kind of look at that and say we're getting half of that easy with Zach Allen, but I don't think anybody's dying to back Freeland in a Yurfie or in a Nerfy.
Okay. Do you guys have season entries? As a matter of fact, Fletch, we do. As a matter of fact, Fletch, we actually do. We could drop the links once again. We do have a BTL entry. Javon has his entry. I have my entry for the MLB season. All right. They're up here. They've all been tweeted. They've all been posted. All right. You can find them everywhere. Okay. I tweeted out both of them last night with both the links for me and the BTL one. I'm sure Javon has done the same. They're everywhere. Okay. And we will put the links in there one more time. Goots and Kel's grinding right now in chat. Love to see it. Awesome. Yeah, guys, lock these in, will you? People forget we smacked 2 of these last year, and mine only lost by Patrick Corbin. We were a Patrick Corbin 10 strikeout game. We were 1 strikeout away from Patrick Corbin cashing my piece and us going 3 for 3 on our season-long entries. We were 1 fucking strikeout away, dude.
It's actually insane. People forget
that. Actual piss. Actual piss.
Do forget that.
Oy, oy, oy. All right. Awesome. Javon, any NBA or NHL plays you want to go over before we get to the squad ride? I want to make sure we take more than 5 minutes for the squad ride today. No rush.
Yeah, I have no NBA. I didn't really have time to dive into that, but a couple hockey
plays. What about
hockeys? Yeah, hockey, we got some plays.
Take us to the ice. What do you like?
Yeah, we can go to a Flyers game. So I think that one's particularly interesting because we did just see the Canadians actually win a shocking, not just the fact they won against the Avs on the road, but it was a 2-1 game, which is so uncharacteristic Canadians, you would think. I mean, every time the Canadians and the Avs play, it's easy. Avs -1.5, which plenty of people were on, even though they're -400 in the over in that game. But slow defensive game. They held down probably the best offense in the NHL right now. You can argue that, of course. Now they're playing one of the most defensive teams, at least out of the teams in contention in the NHL. So I see a 5.5 opener, which makes sense, up to 6 already. Kind of think we're going to see goals, regardless of who they come from, because the Flyers have also been steamed up like 30 cents from like -130. So I think this game is going to be one of those ones after you just see the Habs defense look like the greatest defense of all time against one of the most potent attacks in the NHL. Probably going to give up some goals to the Flyers. So like I think this is a high-scoring game. So that's where my head's at there. Then we also have one that I really don't even like, but I just kind of have to play it. The Ducks. This is one of these weird 2-game sets in the NHL where they're playing the same game with a little rest day in between. Ducks just got shut out by the Kraken 4-0 in that game, and now they're going right back to them. If you don't have the heart for that, I think you could play a little +1.5 in the late night, but I think the Ducks, at the very least, hang in this game. So, I mean, I'm going to take a stab at that +1.5 for sure. Hanging at the -135, that is my favorite price to back for the Ducks.
Disgusting.
That +1.5.
I mean, the total's down to 5.5 too, so there's probably not going to be that many goals. It's a cracking game.
Yeah, I mean, It makes sense. The Ducks also just got shut out by this team. So, I mean, it's not like – I don't think the total's that crazy, but I have to back the Ducks. It's a system play. I have no choice.
Goots, text me your go well entry, please, so I can tell it. Will you? Put it in the group chat. I can't copy and paste from this chat when we're in here, but just send it so I can get it right after.
The only thing is House on Kim's in it, so it's only going to be 5 squares instead of 6.
Shit. That's okay.
Fine. Yeah.
That's okay. I want to tell it, though. I want some Goots action in there.
Perfect. I'll send it to you.
Dubs. All right. Awesome. Chat, are we ready? Do we want to take our time and proceed very cautiously here with the squad rides? I feel like we got to see one get through the fucking hoop. We need one.
We do.
We need one. Goots, let's run it. I want to take our time today. All right, chat. Listen up. We've been moose shit with the place on the squad rides. There's no other way around it. This is the coldest stretch we've ever had in BTL history. It ends today. It ends today. We don't have any other fucking option besides winning. Okay? Cut the shit. Lock in. Trust your gut. Keep the blinders on. And like you guys have been doing for the last almost 2 years, click the right goddamn button today, will you? Please. We need one. All right? Javon, what are we absolutely obsessed with today on the slate?
The thing is, first we got to answer: are we going baseball? Because all of those games
We're going
start
all of our
in a
best
couple
plays.
hours. All
Yeah.
the best plays. Throw them all in there. I mean, we have to
All
go.
those puppies.
We're both in agreement on the Reds over. So, I mean, I feel like that has to go in there.
Yep.
I would not hate going to the Sweet 16 either with either of those totals that we liked.
Let's see. Clemson over or UConn under?
Yeah.
Which one do you like better? Do you have a preference?
Probably.
I feel like I always like an under better.
Yeah. I'd say I like the UConn under a little better. Clemson
over makes more sense. Clemson over is more fun. I feel like the better look, the better play is the under in San Diego State UConn. Trust UConn's defense here.
Fair. Yeah, I'm in on that.
All right. Let's go with the SDST and UConn under 136.5. Good. Took UConn over last game and it was sweaty. Yeah, they will be. They will be. Reds over 9. We have that in there. Okay. What else?
Martini, there it goes. That's coming. Nick Martini gag. I don't know. Trying to look through and carefully craft here. I mean, I like the over, obviously, in the Rockies game, but you didn't seem too enticed about that.
No, I do like that play.
Oh.
I do like that play.
Okay.
I do.
I'm in there.
The one thing that worried me, like we talked about, is Kyle Freeland in the first month, doing things he shouldn't be doing.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, the option is always on the table to just sack up and take the Rockies. You could shorten it to them, team total, if you really wanted to.
Yeah. What are they at?
3.5.
I mean, they're getting 3 off of our guy, at least.
3 off Gallon, 1 off the pen.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
I mean, I have no issues.
Rockies, team total over 3.5. Is it juice?
No, he's playing. Probably not. They're playing Zach Gallen. Let's find it. Plus 110. It's about right.
Let's check.
Yeah.
I'm in for that.
Yeah.
Max is saying we're getting too cute. I don't know if we're getting cute enough. Yeah, Josh, you DM me, brother. This is a little cute. I don't think it's that cute. I think it's a winner. Do you want to just trust the over in the game and keep it simple? And yes, Kels, we will definitely be putting that Sox first 5 in there if Javon's cool with it. I love that play.
Yeah, I'm fine with that from you.
We haven't been getting cute at all. Might as well get cute now.
Sometimes you might have to
change.
Might have to get cute.
We'll go Boston first 5 plus 0.5. That's around minus 105. Okay. Rockies bullpen is so bad. It's words of wisdom. So right now we've got Cincy, Washington over. We've got Boston first 5 plus 0.5. We've got the San Diego State UConn under.
Boston, the Red Sox could be so sharp. You know what the Red Sox first 5 smells like for me, from you? It smells like a Bulls play.
Yeah.
Which I was trying to get into the top of the voting yesterday, but it didn't work.
Bulls plus 2.5 yesterday might have been a retirement.
That was a retire Ma play.
Retire Ma play the day. Yep.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy people are only here to fade Trent? Well, that doesn't make any sense because he's not even on the fucking show, brother. Be better. We could take Tampa Bay ML.
I could be down with the Rays.
Rays ML.
Yeah.
I'm in for that. Okay. What else? We could go with the Royals, although that's going to win.
Yeah, you know it's going to win.
The under in that game.
I cannot take the under in that game.
Moving back
Physically
up,
can't do it.
down to 8. Does it feel too easy, that under?
Yeah. That's like
right? Okay.
Anytime we talk about seeing people and stuff and it making us super uncomfortable. Anytime I see a lot of people on a first 5 under, it makes me really uncomfortable taking any under.
Tigers ML. The Tigers are minus 160 though. I do think they win.
Yeah, I'm not laying that with the Tigers. Probably win, but I'm good on that as a squad ride option.
You want to put the Clemson over back in there as the 5th last final Infinity Stone?
I'm down for that.
Or we could put Illinois in there. What do you like better?
I mean, my gut tells me Illinois is a winner.
Really?
My gut tells me it is absolutely a winner. I just can't. I'm not fully confident on it because of the corpness of it.
All right, let's go Clemson, Arizona over.
All right.
152.5. Chat, 5 plays, 5 winners. You guys have 2 minutes. Hurry up. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. You've got 2 minutes to lock in your votes for the squad ride and get us out of miss shit. 5 plays, 5 winners, 2 minutes. Lock in. If you're watching on YouTube, that's totally fine. Come over to the Twitch right now. Hurry the fuck up. Bookit Sports on Twitch so you can get your vote in. I want to see 100 votes for the winner. 0 excuses. Get those fucking votes in, boys. All right, hurry up. Go, 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 go. 5 plays, 5 winners on this beautiful Thursday slate. MLB opening day, Sweet 16 vibes are immaculate, okay? And we've got options for you guys. The over in Cincy, Washington, which is getting pelted with bets. Holy shit. We've got the Aztecs and the Huskies under 136.5, championship rematch from last year. We've got the Red Sox first 5 plus a half. In love with that play more and more as the day goes on. Tampa Bay and now for Javon, W's. And we've got Clemson and Arizona over 152.5 to close that puppy out. Needed another CBB play, and we got it. All right. W's. What's the Red Sox? Javon, you want to take this one?
That's all you, brother.
Okay. I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say. Crab, sweat the afternoon games with us today. I'm super down.
Yeah,
super
I think
down.
I would assume the plan is to stay on a little bit after Surge. Once the first wave of games start, we'll all hop on and be sweating these games.
Yeah, I'll be watching. We'll come on towards the end. All right. Super down. If Trent's got the energy, if he's got the tea today, and I think he does. He woke up today pissing excellence. He woke up today attacking the slates, making content left and right. If he's down to do some sweats right after Surge, if he's still got it in him, we'll be there. We'll be there.
Yeah.
All right. Nats game does start up at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Javon's time. That's in 2 hours, chat. This is the earliest squad ride we've potentially ever had. Okay. Nothing wrong with it. Make sure you get it in now.
Yeah.
All right. We're going with the over in the Nats and the Reds. Okay. Over 9.5. Love this play. Fade and Josiah Gray. And back in the Reds bats against my guy. And the Nats will be scrappy enough to put some runs together against Frankie Montas in that bullpen as well. Great American Small Park. Treat us well, please, will ya? We need a fucking squad ride win like we need Air Javon, and I have a feeling we're getting it today. All right, chat? Stick around for the Surge stream. We've got plenty of winners to go over. All right? Give Trent some plays. We need a W first-timer, W new face up there. We'll catch you guys tomorrow on BTL. Same time, same place. We'll be seeing. Happy opening day, folks. Peace.